I was in a domestic violence situation where my abuser was going to be getting out of jail soon. And I didn't want to be in Reading when he got out. The only thing was I didn't have any housing. I didn't have enough money for housing. I didn't even know where to begin, and at the same time, my opportunity for the job was like, okay, if you're going to start, you have to be here at this date. Friends and family said, Andrea, where are you going? Where are you taking these kids? And I honestly told them, I don't know, but I have to do this. That was my urgency. I didn't express to them so much that I was afraid, like that's the real reason why we were leaving, because that would probably really, have them upset. I just was like, oh, I got a new job and I'm relocating. You know what I mean? So if I would have said, oh, we got to move because this person's getting out of jail, then it'd be like, well, they will remember what happened, why that, you know what I mean? They just relive that whole event all over again. But we were living kind of like out of our car until, we got on our feet, basically. Like that was, I was able to have enough money to get to a hotel, but how long can you stay in a motel? Now, I did prepare my kids for that part, you know what I mean? Because they asked me, like, well, Mom, where are we going? Like, you don't even have a house. I got this, I'm all right. I got this, I'll handle this. But inside, I'm worried. I'm hoping that it don't go that long, but if it would have, then they knew that we might have to get a little creative with our living situation. Like we might have to go to McDonald's and wash up. You know what I mean? Like, it's that real. Now, when they're not around, I cry in the dark. You know what I mean? Like, I get upset, I'm human. But they just see Mommy as, oh, Mom's a go-getter, she's strong, we're gonna do this. And I told my children, look, I can't find a place right now. We have to go to a shelter. Guess what the words were? Oh, man. Mom, are you serious? I pulled up across the street and the staff greeted me with a big, barrel to put my belongings in. And when I saw the rooms, it was like I just cried because we were able to stay together as a family and we had our privacy. Like the rooms were, very nice beds, very clean, and an adjoining door. So like my two oldest daughters were together and my youngest and I were in another room. When you talk about taking a burden off, it was a burden lifted. We were going through a trial and a trying time. This facility allowed us to connect again. You know what I mean? I got to know my kids again. We became a family again. We sang songs, we read, we laughed, we joked. Like we took this situation once we got here, my kids began to relax. That was the main thing. It's not even about just the shelter they provide or the meals that they provide, but the resources were incredible. If you work the plan, work the program, the benefits are like long-term. They're long-term. Since I moved, my daughters, they excelled in school. They're both in the National Guard. They graduated. I'm so proud of them. I think if things would have been different as far as we didn't get the help, we had to live out of our car, we're really, really struggling, I think it might have turned out different because emotionally they're weighed down. I got to show them what hope is and what resilience means and what success means and what victory over tribulations mean. This is not a handout, it's a hand up, and that's how I really feel.